Good morning, everyone. What is today? Tuesday? Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone is doing well. Sweet Tea. Hello, good morning. CG2. Be back getting coffee. Hey, teacher, good morning. Made it home to New Jersey. I'll be here at 9 for a bit. Okay. Yeah, it's 9 where you're at, 6 where I'm at. Beautiful, sunny, cold day here in New Jersey. Big piles of snow everywhere. Stony, hello. Good to see you. Stoney's in the Stoney's got the motorized cart going, headed over to the knee brace aisle. Right on. Yeah, we got Thindu up on the panel, whether he knows it or not. Hope you guys are all doing good. I know the weather sucks where most people are at. We got people putting the snow, trying to light the snow on fire, put the snow under a microscope, all kinds of weird anomalies. Some of them, there may be something to it. Some of them, maybe not. Gen X, good morning. Good to see you. So I hope you guys are all, what is going on with the weather anyways? Is it mostly over with now? Donna's doing it. Good morning. Good to see you. Hello. Are you guys done with the storm, or what's the deal? Is there more coming? Do you feel like it was a government storm? I know that's probably a stupid question for most people, but you never know. I knew it was going to be a government storm before it even landed, but all kinds of weird videos out there about it. Tornadoes. Did anybody see a tornado in the storm at all? We got another foot coming Saturday. Damn. Another foot? That's like Snowmageddon. Yeah, that's wild. That's a lot of snow in Philly. And I'm sure that's not normal, right? I mean, I know you guys get a lot of snow probably, but not like that. Let's see here. Let's get to the X-Files. My house in Arkansas is at 19 degrees right now, which is good. It was a high of 5 yesterday. Damn. Yeah, so 19 probably feels like paradise compared to 5. It was below 30 the last couple days here. Hold on, let me turn my ringer down. See what our weather is right now. 34 degrees here. So cannot complain. They keep changing the weather on us. That's nothing unusual, I guess. So this is in New York City in color at some point in time. It's hard to believe whether some of those videos are real or not, but I don't see why that one wouldn't be. Let's see, what else do we got here? Somebody says that somebody here recorded a little funnel cloud. Not exactly sure where that was at. See if it says in the comments. Nope. Yeah, I don't know if I'd call that a tornado, but Mike Huckabee, believe I don't know if he's a senator or representative. I know he's a Israeli dick sucker pretending to be an American. I know that.
Since I've been here as ambassador, I've been wearing this pin on my lapel. It is a sign of solidarity with the hostages. But today, thank God, I take this pin off because there are no more hostages in Gaza.
Oh, for fuck's sake, please just shut the fuck up already. It's him and this guy.
No, we need to dramatically change the game, including giving Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine to hit the drone and missile factories that exist in Russia. I would go all in if Putin says no. If Putin says no, we need to dramatically change the game, including giving Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine to hit the drone and missile factories that exist in Russia.
So if Russia says no to the peace deal, Lindsey Graham wants to go all in and give Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine to bomb the shit out of Russia. So I think that Lindsey Graham and Mike Huckabee here should 69 each other. I think that's what they should do. Just fuck each other already, you two guys. And then we could just kill two birds with one stone. I mean, my God, what are they even fucking talking about? Lindsay and his ladybugs. Yep, you already know it. He is the worst. I might never go back to the push cart. Oh, in the yeah, right? You know, I think pretty soon we're going to be able to have robots do all of our shopping for us. You know, it's pretty much already to that point where, you know, it's basically like you have a personal assistant when you have somebody do your shopping for you. I had it done one time, and it was okay. I just won't do any fresh fruit again. You know, I don't want anybody else touching my strawberries, but me. You know, and you got to pay the fee or whatever. But you know, what if it comes down to everybody has a personal robot that can go shopping for you? You know, the cars drive themselves, or even the robot could drive the car. Or you could just drive to the store and either wait in the car or just drop the robot off at the door, let them go and do the shopping. I would be totally down for that myself because I have to do a lot of shopping. I need to go to the store right now. And I was just at the store yesterday. It's like I could literally probably just go to the store whenever I want because I could think of something I need, you know. But yeah, I could use a robot for sure for shopping. I don't mind shopping, but it gets old after a while. Joe Della, what's going down? How are you, sir? I almost took out the hot sauce display rack. Uh-oh, Tony, be careful. They're going to pull you over for drinking and driving in there. Going to make you do a field sobriety if you hit the hot sauce or what else is in there? You just don't knock over any like display racks. Like they got little spices on display at Winco by me. You knock that over, they're going to probably wheel you right out the door. I went to Walmart the other day and they didn't have any cheesecake. I was horribly disappointed because I don't like going to Walmart. And I went there specifically for no baked cheesecake. Wish drones were more practical, like order a drone to drop stuff at your door, but I don't want to see drones flying around either. Yeah, you know, I think in a few years that's going to be a reality. You know, I think we're going to see the drone thing. Yeah, I don't know how that works. You know, they have my buddy in Arizona. They have it where he's at, but he's right outside of the delivery area in Sun City. There's an area, which is crazy because that's where all those guys from Turning Point USA and Erica Kirk and some of their things are located down there. So it makes sense that they would have the drone delivery first, you know. The people that are above the law, that print the money, you know, orchestrate assassinations, take over companies, subvert religion, you know, like redirect it, make it, redefine it, that type of thing. Let's see here. What else do we got? Yeah, so anyway, that's how I feel about Lindsey Graham and Mr. Ambassador Mike Huckabee. I hope you like ladybugs, Huckabee. Well, this is Newsmax.
I want to show you something. Does that look like a gun? I think it does a little bit. It's a phone. It's black, like most phones. That's crazy stuff. I want to show you something.
Huh. Okay. I mean, I guess that has something to do with, I don't know. I didn't really dive into it. This is the blue-winged kookaburra, is known as the Bushman's alarm clock. Really cool bird. Where's James at?
Signorina, ma questo è un uccello. Che uccello è?
È un kookaburra.
E che verso fa il kookaburra?
Questo qui.
How cool is that? That is, I could see why they would call that an alarm clock. Grateful, hello. Who was looking at the bird? Geez, look at her body. Yeah, she definitely has a nice body too, for sure. But what a bird. I would love to have one land on my bird camera. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's got to be, like Australia or somewhere tropical, I would assume, right? A kookaburra? Our kookaburras are Australian, right? And I bet you those things probably cost an arm and a leg, you know, with that type of voice. I could imitate a crow. Arlene, good morning. Good to see you. Yeah, crows, right? Crows are so annoying. We have a ton of them here in Washington State. For sure. Dana White. This is something that I've seen. Kevin, I think I bookmarked it too. Kevin O'Leary and Dana White talking about being vampires, basically. You know, I think the one you inject a needle into your neck, take all your blood out and clean it out and put it back in, type of thing. Tijuana, of all places.
They have this thing down in Tijuana where you go in and they literally put a fucking needle into your
in your neck.
Yeah, your what is it?
Like
jugular? Carotid, your jugular. And it's a 3-day process, and they literally put your blood through a machine, and it filters your blood, and then puts your blood back into your body. And this thing it's supposed to be incredible. for people who have cancer.
Oh my God.
And it gets all this shit out of your blood, like metals and mold and all these different toxins and all this stuff. And you know, Stephen A. Smith and Steve Harvey both told me that when they did it, like their eyesight was better, their hearing was better, and they felt so much better.
Now I gotta go do this.
Yeah, they asked me to go with them when they were doing it. I said I don't have time to sit down there for 3 days, but I'm going to try to do it this year. They have this.
Who is that? Sugar Ray Leonard? No. Who is that right there? Because he looks like he's on Ozempic. The Australia Kookaburra. Thank you, Joe. Have you ever been to Tijuana? No, I've never been to Mexico. I do want to go though. You know, there's a few things you can get done down there for cheap. I wouldn't mind getting my teeth like polished up down there. Because my buddy lives in Arizona, and that's a thing. They take buses down there for certain things. Colombia, Panama, you know, if you want to do like have certain things done, stem cells, TRT, like the, you know, the high dose injections they won't give you here in the States, that type of thing. And some of those places are surprisingly, they have like some of the best doctors in the world. I don't know about Tijuana. Personally, I don't know about if you can go to Florida. I have another one. Kevin O'Leary went to, can't remember where he went, out of the country as well, but you can have it done in Florida for like $1,300. This one here. First thing on my list, we'll do that tomorrow, right? Yeah, go take all our blood out. You want a trip to Mexico? Nice. Yeah, I mean, my ex's friends, her husband is Mexican, and they do foster kids, and they're building a house in Mexico right now. And they still live here, but they're moving to Mexico. So it can't be that bad down there. I love crows. I have some that come to my yard every day and leave me a present. You know, I never mess with crows because they have photographic memories, and they're very vindictive, and they hold a grudge forever. So you don't want to fuck with crows. Plus, they say they're like the messengers of dead, right? Like a group of crows is known as a murder of crows, I think. It's cheap, but it's not free. Right on. Cabo. Heard Cabo was nice. Those are all like tourist towns, right? You fly in, fly out type of thing. You don't leave the gates of the sanctuary, or you may be kidnapped by the cartel. Actually, I think like the cartels kind of run those towns, right? And they protect them because that's their money. So it's bad for business when the tourists get killed. So I'd go. The only thing is they bully the smaller birds and eat their young. They also fuck with the eagles around here. They can kill an eagle because they'll grab onto I think they grab onto an eagle's foot and they'll drag it to the ground because a crow can fly. A crow can fall closer to the ground and still fly away unhurt, where an eagle will like crash and kill itself or get hurt or something like that. I believe, because they're always trying to take crows out of the sky up here. There'd be like 10 crows on one eagle. It was early 90s, and I don't know who it was, but there was men standing around the Bay Area with guns like militia. Freaked me out. There were men in the 90s. Huh. As the crow flies. Yep. There's that one Was it a show called Crow or whatever? Or was it Alfred Hitchcock, the one with the birds? Or the birds? Maybe that's what it was called. That was freaky. I was at a place here in Washington State called the Olympic Game Farm Park in Sequim, Washington. And it's a really cool park. You can throw bread at like these really fat, lazy bears that if you throw the bread like a Frisbee at it. If you don't hit the bear in the chest, or he can't like roll over, like he's sitting there, he won't get up. If you throw the bread like out of his reach, he's like, fuck it, I'm waiting for the next piece of bread. Somebody else will come by and give me some bread. You literally like got to hit him right in the chest with it, and he'll eat it. It's the funniest shit ever. But anyway, there was these ravens there. We were feeding them French fries. One of them landed on the hood of the car. You could hear them up there. And the ravens are just like huge crows. Man, they have fur on their feet, on their claws or whatever they are. Freaky looking, like fucking dinosaurs. Yeah, Steely Dan is a great band. Never seen them live either. I'm like a bear. Fuck it. Yep, you already know it, Stoney. Throw the weed right at us, or we don't want it. You know what I mean? If it ain't good weed, The ravens are huge. Yeah, they're cool birds though. But yeah, there's just so many of them where I'm at. They just get annoying as shit. I was on the military base one time. It was lunchtime, and I was walking over to. I just had to walk across this huge field to get to another job site on the military base, and there was this crow. I was eating a piece of pizza. It was lunchtime. There was a crow up on top of a light pole, and I was looking at it, and it was looking at me, and I didn't mess with it or anything, and I turned my back, and then I just knew it was coming. And I turned back around, like literally within a split second, I turned back around. It was already on the ground behind me, by about 20 feet behind me. Now, I didn't even see it like with its wings still open, like just landing. It was already there. I'm like, what the fuck? You see some weird shit on the military base, but those crows are fucking crazy. I seen a couple spiders out there one time that freaked me. I still have nightmares about them. They were like two little puppets. It was like a Bert and Ernie, but they were spiders. Oh wow, now I'm a little freaked out about crows. I get them a lot. Yeah, no, they won't mess with you if you don't mess with them. What they don't like is the clapping noise. Don't clap around a crow to try to scare it away, because you will scare it away. But they remember that shit. They'll come back for you. And it's just like, it's bad juju. You know what I mean? You don't want to, if you want bad karma, fuck with the crow. That's just my opinion. You don't want to mess with birds like that. Because people do say they are the messengers of the dead, or messengers of death, or something. I think it's like, you fuck with the crow is like messing with the Ouija board type of thing. I don't mess with any animals. You know, I love animals, but even as much as they annoy me, I don't mess with them. Excuse me. This is just, I don't know if it's a funny video. It's kind of funny. I like the music. This dude's fighting with a cop. You got to watch it you don't have to watch the whole thing, but it's the very last second. That's kind of the funniest part. 44-second video.
Oh, we're not gonna take it. Oh, no, we ain't gonna take it. Oh, we're not gonna take it anymore. We've got the right to choose it. There ain't no way we'll lose it. This is our life. This is our song. We'll fight the powers that be. Just don't pick our destiny, cause you don't know us, you don't belong. Oh, we're not going.
He finally got it at the end.
Oh, we're not.
Oh, that's gotta hurt too. You know, and it's at 42 seconds. and by 44 seconds, you're on the ground. A 2-second fall with your hands holding your belly, basically. God, with legs straight. I mean, he deserves every bit of this, but God, that's gotta hurt. I mean, that could give you permanent brain damage. But let's see here. Let me go back here. Crows, ravens, jackdaws, rooks, and jays, all in the same bird genre. Yeah, they're all cool birds. I mean, I like all birds. They're all very fascinating. You know, I don't know much about them, but we here in Washington State, I mean, I think birds are probably everywhere, right? Everybody's got birds. But for not having like a tropical climate, we have a lot of really cool birds in Washington. You know, if you're one of those, I don't know what they call them, the bird people. I think our national bird, our state bird, is the golden finch here in Washington. But we got lots of really big eagles and hawks, falcons. A lot of the, the Canadian geese, the swans. What are those big ones? The herring ones or whatever they are. Lots of ducks. All kinds of cool birds. Crows, beaks are huge. Geez, that is scary. Yeah, and I seen a documentary, I think it was in Japan, where a crow will take, it's like a walnut or some type of nut that grows on a tree in a certain area in Japan. But they can't break it with their beak. So they go up on the power wires on the road and drop the nut down when a car's coming and wait for and people now know this in Japan. So they purposely run over the nut for the bird. Like they'll even if the bird's off target a little bit, they'll swerve, people in Japan, to purposely run over that walnut and crack it for the crow. It's pretty awesome. Ravens are a sign of death, aren't they? I think so. I think they're the messengers of death. No watching Wheel of Fortune in front of the crows. Too much clapping. Yeah, the crows probably hate Vanna White and Pat Sajak. You know what I mean? I bet you they do. What's down the road from you, Grateful? Not sure which one what you're talking about being down the road from you. The game farm? Grateful in England, crows are probably rare. Western Colorado. Look for Stoney in his car. Yep. What is the link for the video? Sorry, I'm way behind, guys. He went out with the fight. Yeah, he did. I love the Philly Eagle. Yeah, oh, that's right. Is that the state bird? I mean, that's kind of a dumb question, but it probably is. Birds you have to watch out for are hawks. Yeah, hawks are way cool. But a lot of people don't like hawks around here because they will snatch your baby kitten or even your cat if you're not careful. And I know people that it's happened to. In fact, it happened to my cousin Megan, I think. If I remember right. But she was also carrying her hamster on her bike and dropped it and ran it over. So it's kind of karma. I have seen crows surround a raccoon in my yard and pull his tail to get him to leave. Yeah, animals, when they have little altercations, it's freaking hilarious. This is an omen, us talking about birds. The Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl. I think you're right. And so it's against the Patriots. Yeah. Yep. I think you're right. I think we need to win this one just because we need to get it back from New England last time. It wasn't their fault, though. You can't blame anybody but the Seahawks for losing that last Super Bowl against the Patriots. Totally our own fault. God, Russell Wilson's a dickhead. So glad he's gone. I heard owls will scalp you if you think your hair is. Yeah, I don't know about that, but I know you don't want to mess with owls for sure. I know my buddy Mike tells a story about his brother who passed away. His dad, who was just a hard ass, old Vietnam War veteran guy, told them guys not to mess with this barn owl. And the little brother fucked with it. And it got a hold of his finger and he wouldn't let go. And I think the dad had to kill the owl. I can't remember if he killed it or what. But then that the brother got his ass beat. Really, really bad for that one. Because he was told not to mess with that owl. 127... that ICE video or arrest. Are you talking about the one we just played, Grateful? Maybe. Sorry, I'm so behind in the chat. Oh, I got you. Okay, here. I'll do it right now for you, but I got to go to my YouTube. Hold on. 1 second. Yeah, anytime you guys want one of the links to the video, just let me know. I have no problem doing it. I should already have this loaded up. Let's see here. So I copy that. Go to YouTube again. I guess I could do it. I should have it loaded. This is taking way too long. I could do it on my computer next time. But here it is. And I don't think that's ICE. I think that's just some dude, the cops got. He was probably being a jerk to people in the parking lot, and the cops came, or maybe he was a shoplifter or something. We have a lot of wild dogs here. They call them stray dogs. Yeah, we've got, we don't have too many here. Bats will get in your hair too. Owls are badass. Yeah, they are. Okay, let's see what else we got here. So I sent the link. That looks like a town called Rifle, Colorado. All right, what do we say here? This guy, there's another fight. I just thought it was kind of funny because he gets called a liar, and he don't like being called a liar.
You said you smashed him. Yes or no? So you calling me a liar? I said you calling me a liar? You calling me a liar? You calling me a liar? Calling me a liar? Fuck you, calling me a liar, nigga? Calling me a liar, nigga? How the fuck you calling me a liar? How?
And this is always
How? You calling me a liar? How? That's my phone, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. You calling me a liar, nigga?
So careful who you call a liar, I guess. I don't know. These dogs are forming games and jumping humans for food. Damn. Yeah, it's probably going to get it's probably going to be a war, a dog human war eventually. When the food gets down to nothing, it's going to be the dogs against the humans, maybe. Hard to tell. We're gonna need the robots to go hunt food for us. It's crazy to think about what could happen if things got bad. You know what I mean? Like if the smart people left the world, the power grid went down, there was no food production, that type of thing. When the heck is California going to get a handle on shoplifters? Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, it just is. It's just horrible. Your brother just sent you that that one right there, Sweet Tea. That's funny. Stony feeds them so they don't jump them. Yep, that's smart. Oh, you have another video, Sweet Tea? Let me see what it is real quick. Cool. I put it on. I gotta probably reset my bookmarks here. Because sometimes it takes a minute for it to show up. Sweet Team got us a cool little video to watch. Here we go.
Teaching wild birds to swap litter for lunch. Each time a bird drops a piece of trash into the slot, the counter goes up and a handful of seeds arrives in the tray. The birds picked it up fast. Parked near my house, a new machine is teaching wild birds to swap litter for lunch. Each time a bird drops a piece of trash into the slot, the counter goes up and a handful of seeds arrives in the tray. The birds picked it up fast.
Now that's awesome. If that were legit, is that really legit? Because I mean, you could probably do that. You know what I mean? The problem is that, you probably have some like crazy homeless people that would, or, oh, you've seen it? Oh no, the Ninja Warrior course. Okay. Yeah, it's amazing. We got a bird cam video feeder thing. It's now a squirrel video feeder. Right on, grateful. When I lived in these townhouses in Puyallup, I still have the footage of it too. I would stick my GoPro underneath the pool table, and eventually I would start feeding squirrels peanuts, and I would stick my GoPro outside, and they would come right up from the GoPro, and I would get like up close video of squirrels eating peanuts. And I eventually got them to come inside the house. I just keep the back door open, and I would put the GoPro and the peanuts underneath the pool table. I could just throw a couple peanuts outside, and eventually I would just throw it like kind of right inside the back door, and they would come in. It was hilarious. But then Nala, the neighbor cat, would always come over and ruin it. Yeah, you catch some cool things on those cameras too. Those blue jays have stunning plumage. I don't know what plumage is, but they are very cool birds. Is plumage like the I don't know what that is. But the color, is that how they fan their wings out? I'm not sure. Well, this is before my granddaughter was born, actually. Grateful. But she would love that. I went over there. Yes, we went to go eat pancakes yesterday, but then I went over there yesterday early evening for a little bit, and we played Barbies, and we went exploring for gorillas, which is her favorite thing to do. We go out back. They have like some wooded area, and we just go looking for gorillas. We've never found one, but she just likes to go look for one. But she would love to do that. I know she would. In fact, well, we need to do a couple of projects. A bird feeder, a couple of things like that would be cool. Hummingbirds too, right? Hummingbirds are really fun to watch. You get those hummingbird feeders. I think that's kind of seasonal. Do you show her videos of Coco with the kitten? No. You don't know who Coco with the kitten is? I'll have to look that up. She's got her her uncle lives with her. It's my my daughter and her brother are roommates. They share an apartment together. And Matthew, the brother, has a cat named Kai Kai. And my daughter absolutely loves that cat. Yeah, I play Barbies. When I go over there, she wants me to show. I mean, that's all she wants to do. In fact, my daughter was telling me she cleaned out the garage. Has all kind of Matthew, the uncle, bought you know, those connectable color foam pads. The whole half the garage is foam pad. There's a trampoline out there. I bought her for last Christmas, not this Christmas, the last Christmas, a grocery store checkout, because she loves to grow. You know, we've got all the eggs and milk and all the cereal bought and all that stuff, and it's got the conveyor belt and it makes the little beep, and you run your little credit card through there, and it's got the refrigerators, the whole thing. And she's got a ton of toys, a shit ton of toys, but all she wants to do now is play Barbies. This Christmas, she got the huge dollhouse that her grandma Nini bought her from Florida, which is the dad's mom. And she got a ton of Barbie dolls. She got the Jeep and the car. And my daughter said yesterday that, you know, she cleaned out the garage. That's all she wants to do is play Barbies, no matter what. All she wants to do is play Barbies. So that's what I got to do is play Barbies. So I'll go over there like yesterday, because she'll, and you know, she's got such an imagination. It's always like, okay, pretend this. Now you got to pretend this, and pretend the kids, and pretend she's hurt, and now she's got to go to the doctor, and pretend I'm the doctor, and pretend, you know, it's always, so she's just always using her imagination. So like yesterday, you know, I already knew I was coming over there to play Barbies. I walk in, and I go, kids, and because my granddaughter already knows, and she just starts in already. She's like, the kid, we're not doing the kids right now, Papa Jason. We're going to do the hospital or the doctor or something. It's fun. You got to have energy for it, though. It's so weird because I don't know if you guys have experienced this. Using your imagination is exhausting. It is an easy way out to put on a TV show. To, you know, for a kid, they're all about it. But for an adult to sit there and then have to completely just pivot, you know, every 30 seconds. Okay, no, you didn't do it right. Pretend this. No, pretend. No, you know what I mean? It's like, it gets exhausting. You have to really be into it, you know? So I try to get into it with her because I do want her to use her imagination and not watch so much TV, you know what I mean? And she doesn't even like to watch. She does like to watch a little couple TV cartoons, but science, where did I see that? Science hash making kitchen. Science experiments. Yes. I need to do that with her too. Did I miss this many? Have I been rambling this long? Holy shit. Poor birds have to eat. Do you know? Yes. Those cameras work great as a Ring camera. Okay, I already did these ones. Blue jays in our yard imitate the hawks to scare everyone away. Oh, that's cool. You ever heard of the Australian lyrebird? Lyre. Those birds are fascinating. Are you familiar with Coco, a silverback ape? I think so. Yes, I don't know if that was from part of that documentary. Silverbacks are fascinating too. Yep, got to play Barbies with her. You know, because I do want her to be a girl too. You know, I've had a couple mishaps with the makeup. You know, as she's getting older now, I'm pretty much I think I'm gonna tell her like, you know, can we just do it on, you know, your mom or whatever. But I've let her do the fingernail polish on me a few times and the makeup. You know, I don't have the heart to tell her no. But I went to the bar, I don't know, about 6 months ago to get some takeout food. I walk in there and the dude just looks at me all weird. And I had been in there before. I just go in there to get food. I love their food there. And he's just looking at me all weird. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Is he in a fucking bad mood or something or what? And I get home and I realize I got fucking makeup and shit all over my face. Like it's all smeared and I just look like a fucking tranny. I was so embarrassed. I almost called that bar and explained to the dude, like, hey man, I didn't come in there like trying to fucking hit on you or nothing. I don't know, because I thought I was so embarrassed. I was like, holy shit. I can't let my granddaughter put the makeup on me anymore. And it doesn't want to fucking come off either. So you just got to be careful with that kind of stuff. Yes, it's all about the imagination, you know. And I never used to think about that stuff when I was a parent. You know, as a grandparent, you have a little bit more, you know, because we've been around the block a few times. As far as like, because I think as a parent, you know, my daughter, you know, it's, you know, as a grandparent, like it is not the same. It is so much easier to be a grandparent than to be a parent. It's not even close. It's not even in the same ballpark, right? You go over there and play and have a good time, go out to eat, buy presents, just got to spend money basically and time, you know. The parents have to do all the heavy lifting and it's just one parent over there. So like, you know, she wants to have a conversation, my daughter, and so does my granddaughter. And it's like, yesterday we went to the grocery store after shopping and my daughter had enough. She's like, Mila, just stop talking for a minute. And she did, you know. It's part of being a mom, part of being a dad, part of growing up. Stoney, I was wondering if hash was still a thing. We smoked it in the 80s. It is, Patty. I just smoked some this morning, believe it or not, because I don't have any weed. So I was smoking my hash. Speaking of stoners, look who just walked in the building. Mr. Here, let's give him a full view of my avatar. Thindu, good morning, sir. How are you? Thindu doesn't smoke weed, if anybody's curious. Just kidding. You can crumble it on a tiny little crumbles that works too and tastes delicious. It does on the weed. I would recommend that more than the joint because you're going to have a runner if you do it on a joint, you know, because the hash is going to hold up the burn. And so unless you're a professional and you know exactly how to like distribute it, you know, just perfectly, you're just going to have a big runner and you're going to waste it. So I don't smoke joints at all, but I'm not a fan of the infused joints. If I was going to do a joint, I'd rather just have a really good flower. Thindu, how are you doing, sir? Good to see you. Since Thindu's here, I would like to play something kind of sports related really quick. Let me back it up just a hair here. Back to the UFC. I just kind of find this a little interesting. I'm sure you guys will too.
Last thing for me, we did have a fight cancellation today. Not a lot of details on the information of what happened there. There's speculation that maybe this was a wagering flag. What can you tell us?
That's what it is. Happened again. You know, we got called from you know, the Gaming Integrity Service, and I said, I'm not doing this shit again. So we pulled the fight.
Dana, I remember when Paddy first arrived in the UFC, you were saying stuff like, well, his entrance is good and it's all well and
So the Gaming Integrity Commission flagged the fight for some type of betting anomaly. They didn't elaborate, but that's what it is. I mean, that's the state of the union right now. A runner is when you're smoking a joint and you want it to burn evenly, and it doesn't burn evenly. The paper just burns basically down one side, and it just screws up the whole experience. So what I do is I use a grinder. I grind my weed up. I put one little tiny piece of weed in the bottom of my bowl so it doesn't all fall through. And then I just pile in a whole bunch of already pre-ground up weed in there. That's how I like to smoke, because that way, and I use hemp wick, not a lighter. And it just burns evenly that way. And I just get a nice consistent bowl every time. I'm a weed snob. I have to do it a certain way. A boat. Yep, a canoe, a boat, Stony Nose. Hemp wick, grateful. Hemp wick is, I have a 200-foot roll of it right here. It's just like candle wick, but it's made from hemp. And I think it has a little bit of like beeswax on it. And you light that with a lighter. And then you put your hemp wick to your bowl. And that way you're not huffing butane. Because when you put a lighter to your cigarette or to a pipe, you're effectively you're just huffing. You might as well be huffing butane. So, and for weed smokers that smoke out of a pipe, I can clean the inside of my pipe out, and I do a couple times a day with Q-tips, and it just comes, all the residue on the inside of the pipe comes straight out. It's the butane. When you put your lighter to your pipe and you're sucking it in, the butane is what causes it to get all sticky, and it's almost impossible to clean it out. I mean, THC in itself is really sticky, but the wax from the hemp wick helps coat the inside of your pipe. I could go on for days about this stuff. I love you are a weed snob. Love it. Right, Patty? You got to be a weed snob. Yeah, no. If anybody smokes cigarettes or weed and you use a lighter, I highly recommend hemp wick. You can get it on Amazon for like $6, and it'll save your life. You'll quit. If you do any type of like wheezing or anything like that, I highly recommend trying to cut out as many of the dangers as possible. If you can't quit smoking cigarettes, at least use hemp wick instead of a lighter. It's one step in the right direction. So, and it was actually this hippie lady at the pipe shop. Her husband blows these glass pipes, and they have it's called Chief Cottonmouth. This is the name of the store. It's just like this really cool variety store. They sell all kinds of weird shit in there. And yeah, she just told me one day, she goes, I'm not trying to sell it to you, but I really think you should try it. Because she just knew my personality, and I do supplements and I'm methylene blue and everything. Been using it ever since. I use a Zippo with my, it gets me high. Yeah, a Zippo. I like the smell of Zippos. I always have. I don't know why. They say toxins are really addictive. Like that's why they put poison in our food, toxins in our food. Poisons are some of the most addictive substances out there. So yeah, I don't know what it is about the smell of butane and Zippo. I do like it. It's weird. This show is giving me total anxiety attack. Yeah, no, I get it. It does me too, Thindu. Just light up a Pall Mall, light up a non-filter, and kick back. and we'll see what else we got here. I don't think any of my other videos are going to be of any help for stress relief, but you never know. We'll see what we got. So we had Sweet Tea share that. Now I got to skip back to where we were. Cool video though, Sweet Tea. Thank you for sharing that. So I kind of checked out of the whole drama in Minnesota. It's not really my cup of tea. But we do have Tampon Tim. I guess him and Trump are trying to work something out. We'll listen to just a quick little second of this.
I would characterize, along with the president, I think it was productive.
Yeah. So let's start with that call. I understand that you initiated it. Is that correct?
We asked for it a while back, and this was the time they came through. I got a early morning call from the president's chief of staff, who we have been communicating with regularly, several times a day, myself or my team speaking with Susie Wiles, and she said the president wants to speak with you, and they called back in to us, and we spoke for about 10 minutes. 15 minutes.
Did the president make any firm commitments that the course of this immigration operation will change?
Well, I asked two things were clear. First of all, I asked that we have a fair and independent.
He sure is got a different tone to him now, doesn't he? I don't think, as Trump said to Maduro when it comes to Venezuela, you don't want to fuck around with the United States. And, he does mean business in a lot of ways. And I don't agree with everything that's going on, but who gives a shit what I think? I mean, we all have our own opinion. Does anybody ever agree on anything? Everybody's got different races, religions, and belief systems. So I think that's such an overrated statement. I don't agree with everything. Well, yeah, duh. We're not supposed to agree with everything. We're humans, Oh, I have you know what? Is Thindu still here? I have a video that reminds me of Thindu. Hold on. I forgot I had this video. Where's it at? Here it is.
I want to ask you something, and I want you to be honest with yourself.
You got to read the comments because he don't want no haters in the chat. But the first comment says, this is next level stuff.
I want to ask you something, and I want you to be honest with yourself. Only the people who thought about what I'm about to say comment. If you comment some horse shit, I'm not going to take you serious. If you comment some dumb shit, I'm not going to take you serious. But I really want you to ask yourself.
It says, bros built like the Snapchat logo. Oh, my God. That one's good.
Did I fail you as a creator? Or did y'all fail me as followers?
Snapchat is one of those apps that I can honestly say I've never even downloaded Snapchat. Never used it, not even one time. I know nothing about Snapchat whatsoever. Done TikTok, not a fan. I have Instagram, never use it. Have Facebook, used to use it all the time. Use it for my business now. I constantly look at it like a couple times a day, but I just see people crying all the time. I'm probably more on X than anything. Well, I probably spend more time on YouTube, I guess, because of what you watch. Watch Tommy's show, Thindu's show. I'm on for 2 hours a day. Those are pretty consistent for me for the most part. I would say me, myself, and I, Tommy, Thindu, and myself. That's 4 hours a day. And I don't always watch those guys. I probably watch Thindu more than I watch Tommy just because of the timing of the day. Tommy's on at 4 a.m. my time, So, and I think I'm going to start doing my show after his show. So I have a better shot of listening to his show. Because this morning I was listening to his show while I was bookmarking videos for my show. So I'm still trying to figure it out. He's got a big neck of wood. No, I think it's real. I think it's real, Grateful. I don't know. Maybe it's not, but I think it is. Unfortunately.
I want to ask you something.
I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy. This guy's neck is definitely not as big. What is he saying?
How you doing, Instagram? It's Big Time Tommy, and here's my thought of the day. In school, you are given the lesson first, then the test. But in life, you are given the test, and then you learn your lesson. That's the old school way. OS for life. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
How you doing, Instagram? It's Big Time Tommy, and here's my thought of the day. In school, you are given the lesson first, then the test.
You ain't Big Time Tommy. There's only one Tommy, and his name's Tommy Stiggs. Where is Tommy at? I'm sure he's a nice guy. It looks like Tommy's nub. Damn. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. 9.5 digits. What else do we got here? So, and this is well documented, a little 9/11 here.
September 11th, there was worldwide live television coverage, and the coverage continued throughout the day. The interesting thing is that at 10 p.m. London time, which is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, they reported that the Solomon Brothers building, Building 7, had collapsed. The only problem is Building 7 didn't collapse until 5:20 p.m. New York time.
Now, more on the latest building collapse in New York. You might have heard a few moments ago, I was talking about the Salomon Brothers building collapsing. And indeed it has. Apparently that's only a few hundred yards away from where the World Trade Center towers were. And it seems that this was not a result of a new attack. It was because the building had been weakened during this morning's attacks. We'll probably find out more now about that from our correspondent, Jane Stanley. Jane, what more can you tell us about the Salomon Brothers building and its collapse?
Well, only really what you already know. Details are very, very sketchy. There's almost a sense downtown in New York behind me, down by the World Trade Centers, of just an area completely closed off as the rescue workers try to do their job. As you can see behind me, the Trade Center.
Building 7 is clearly visible right behind the reporter. It wasn't until 5:20 Eastern Time that it came down.
Yeah, and Building 7 is just very, very odd, that whole story, you know. It's the only skyscraper to ever come collapse due to fire in the history of the world. Building 7. And it was reported at 5 o'clock Eastern time that it collapsed, but it didn't come down until 5:20. And it came down free fall speed, imploded in on itself, just like a demolition. So, and they found molten metal underneath Building 7. So, go figure. Deanie, I hope you are not out there shoveling a lot of snow again. I know you are in shape, but please be careful. Yes. For us New Yorkers, this was unforgettable. Yeah, I mean, for the whole world, and I'm sure for you guys especially. But it definitely, I'll never forget. I still remember what my grandmother's couch felt like. You know, she lived with me at the time, and I was on her couch in the living room, and it was actually my girlfriend called me and said, are you watching TV? And then I turned it on, and literally I thought it was like a movie. Like it was just, it's that, you know, and that was how long ago. And I still remember, like, yeah, I was like, wow, it was crazy. I see my name on the screen. Yes, we've been talking about you, and hello, Tommy, and I also hashtagged you in the description. hashtag Tommy Sticks. I don't know if you've seen that or not. Because I figure I would try to capitalize off of your name for my own benefit to try to get me more subscribers, help me monetize my channel. Maybe I could get senators and mayors on my show type of thing. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to see how it all works out for me. Local traffic in the hood is, oh, I bet. Man, I almost lost it yesterday trying to get to my granddaughter's house. All I wanted to do was go play Barbies, and freaking school buses stopping and so much traffic. And I'm thinking like, man, why did they let all these people in here? Like, this road didn't used to be like that. Yeah, we're live. Hell Stone. It's sad because a lot of politicians forgot that day. Yeah, they did. Yeah, so just an interesting one. But I do want to play a video because somebody mentioned, I think it was Patty or somebody, about being careful in the snow. So I wanted to play one. And, you know, I'm not really a fan of this lady, but I'm going to put politics aside because it really is about, and this happened to my stepdad. Where'd it go? Here we go. Got to be careful out there.
Pro tips on shoveling from someone from Buffalo who knows. Just push it out of the way. Okay, see what I'm doing here? No strain on the back from doing that. Now, when it gets a lot heavier, you're going to have to do a little bit more. But don't lift much. Just do it in smaller bits, okay? Little bits. You can do this. Don't do a big pile and fill this up because that can lead to a heart attack. You don't want that. Pro tips on shoveling from someone
We are
from
live.
Buffalo who knows. Just push it out of the way. Okay, see what I'm doing here? No strain on the back from doing that. Now, when it gets a lot heavier, you're going to have to do a little bit more. Don't.
We are live, and you are on the avatar too, Tommy. You're peeping in the window. She is the worst. I know nobody's a fan of Governor Hochul. I think that's her name, right? But it's the only video that I've seen about this, about shoveling the snow and not lifting. So I'm
on the back from doing that. Now, when it gets a lot heavier, you're going to have to do a little bit more. But don't lift much. Just do it in smaller bits, okay? Little bits. You can do this. Don't do a big pile and fill this up because that can lead to a heart attack. You don't want that. Pro tips on shoveling from.
So it's crazy, like, to think about the fact that my stepdad did it with a fucking dustpan when he was pissed off and smoked 3 packs of cigarettes a day. With a dustpan. A fucking dustpan. Yep, and that's what, and you literally will have a heart attack. So you do got to be careful. Please be careful out there. She knows how to shovel it all right. I'm not taking any advice from any politician. I learn it on my own like I do everything. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I totally agree with that. You know, she's probably not even doing it right, but, you know, the general takeaway is be careful out there. And I got a couple other videos too where it could be a bad situation. Let me go back up to where I left off, though. I have quite a few videos today. And they all get out of order too. I don't know why they do that to me. But I'll just start over and skip the ones we already did. You know, honestly, I don't know how you guys feel about this. I kind of like this idea. How are we ever going to get rid of all the illegals? I don't think that we are going to get rid of all of them. However, this might be one of the next best things.
You're going to shock you. I'm a moderate on this. I actually think that most of the people that are here and working lawfully and can pass a background check, I would give them no welfare, and I'd give them no citizenship, no voting privileges, but you can work and we won't arrest you.
Okay. No citizenship, but a potential path to citizenship?
I think it's better just to say the trade-off is this, that you came illegally. Right now, the law says you got to go back. and you'll never get in, basically. So the compromise is you came in illegally, you just don't get to be a citizen, your kids will be. Now, the new ones, the 8 million that might have come in last year, some of them need to go back, and particularly any of them committing crimes. The compromise I'm offering is different than anybody's ever talked about. Everybody thinks the compromise has to include voting and citizenship. If in Texas we gave amnesty and let, I don't know, a couple million people vote, immediately Texas becomes Democrat for the next 20 years. So that's what it's all about. It's
Right.
about voting. I think some of the best Americans just got here, frankly. They have good work ethic. They're hardworking people. They work in our fields. They pick our tomatoes. They clean fish. They work in chicken houses. They do a lot of the dirty jobs in our country are done by immigrants. So
They also came here with ambition because they want a better life at
Right.
great peril, at great risk.
And some of them are here illegally. I would have a work program. I'd let them sign up for a work program, pass a background check.
But do you think
and-
that they should have to go back home in order to become a citizen? Like if you could show, like if some
no, I
guy
just
came
wouldn't-
over here 20 years.
Joe, who shoved an immigration dick up your butt? Good God.
Ago, started off as a laborer. Now he's a carpenter. He's working for some construction company, but he's an illegal.
Right.
Like
Now, the trade is you don't get citizenship at all. Your kids will. I would just say you don't get citizenship. That's your trade-off. Here's an interesting survey. Let's find 1,000 people who are in Texas illegally and do a poll and say,
You know, for me personally, I don't really think it matters whether, well, it does matter. Actually, it does because, you know, they absolutely should not have voting privileges. I agree with that because it really is a ploy to shift, you know, the polls and no welfare, you know. If you're ambitious and you came here for a better life, fine. You're not coming here to escape, no job in Honduras for no job in America, so you can get on our welfare system. He smokes weed and drinks while he does the podcast. Yeah, right. And I have a favorite podcast, and I don't know what it's called. He's a comedian. Mossada, did you see? Sorry, I'm missing all these. Did you see Laura Trump on her interview with? He smokes weed and drinks while he does the podcast. What's it called? He's a comedian with Laura Trump. I just seen something with Laura Trump, but I can't remember what it was. Let's see what I can find. I got to start reading these things a little bit more effectively, the chat comments, or Tommy's going to get pissed off and yell at me and leave. Let's see here. No help on there. Let me check YouTube. Hold, please. No, I'm not. It's not registering right now, Tommy. But I did see something with Laura Trump just recently. I don't know what it was though, and maybe I bookmarked it. That's why they keep coming here for the free benefits. Yeah. Bill Maher at Tommy Stiggs. Was it Bill Maher? Maybe it was Bill Maher. Americans deserve to have a country and stop. And stop with all the immigrants. Yeah, no, I agree, Arlene. You're not wrong. All right, so it was Club Random. So this was 2 months ago. Is there because I watch it, Tommy, Club Random with Bill Mayer. Yeah. So is there something that specific that about that interview, Tommy, that you want us to watch? Because I'll play it. I got it on there. That some specific that you remember? Magooch, hello, sir. How are you? Good to see you. The sharpest dressed man on the East Coast. Magooch Management. When he's really stoned, he insults whoever he interviews. He did a number on Billy Joel. Who gets drunk? Joe Rogan or Bill Maher? Joe Rogan was really rude to that guy, Ferrari, whatever his name was. While I am not an immigrant, I've been working my ass off for 52 years. Yep. Yeah, just a lot of the huge problem in this world is the corporations just screw everything up. It's their fault. None of those countries need to be screwed, and neither do we. But it's just corporate greed. But I'm still waiting for Tommy if there was, because I have the Trump interview here. I just not sure. There's one part about crypto and influence. Oh, wait. Here we go. This is going to be good. This is, hold on. So this is Club Random with Laura Trump and Bill Maher, and they're talking about immigration. So this could be what Tommy was talking about.
Your side, even your people, because they voted for let's get the criminals out of the country, and what they got was no, let's find people who've been working here for 10 years and go to Home Depot and get them. We don't like that.
So what I'll say,
if I don't get invited back, you tell them. People don't like that.
I think you'd be invited back.
I hope so. I would go back in a minute.
Well, I think you'll get the invite back.
My point tomorrow, Friday night, is that we need more people like me.
Yes, I agree.
And the thing is, he would do it. It's they who won't do it.
That's right.
He likes conversation.
Yes.
He was glad, I think, that night to have someone who wasn't just an ass kisser.
Listen, Donald Trump asks opinions of everyone around him.
Right.
And he's always listening. He's always open to whatever people have to say. But to go back to what you just said there, I hear it, and there's nothing that feels good about seeing people who had good intentions, generally speaking, leaving our country in this manner. However, we either have rules or we don't. We either have laws or we don't. And I think what the goal has been of this administration, and they've said it too, is that they are targeting the worst of the worst. They are targeting the gang members, the criminals, the drug dealers, the human traffickers, which, by the way, 300,000 children went missing under Joe Biden's tenure as president coming over that southern border. Do you know this administration and the ICE agents out there have found 25,000 of these kids and had most of them reunited with their families. There is good coming out of this, but you have been people who think that there's some easy fix to this are wrong. And it's very unfortunate. We should have had the laws enforced. You can't just come here illegally. And whenever they're doing these raids and they're getting the bad guys, sometimes, yes, there are other people who are collateral damage. And I'm not saying they're bad people, but they did break the law to come here. And unfortunately, we either have rules or we don't.
Yeah, that's not the way to handle it. I mean,
that's
okay.
Unfortunately,
I mean,
it's the nature of the beast, though. Joe Biden let tens of millions of people come over the border illegally, and somebody has to be the bad guy and get them out.
And no one is defending that.
Yeah.
But once it happened, once it was a fait accompli, especially people who've been here for a long time, and again, even people on your side don't love this. this tackling people at their workplaces. And the idea that Americans would take these jobs, first of all, that's not true. So it's going to hurt the economy. But also, you could just say, and look, even Bernie Sanders and Pritzker in Illinois have given Trump credit for. Bernie said, look, he did it. He closed the border. We always said it needed congressional approval, and it didn't. It can be done. But you know what? Obama deported a lot of people
sure
too.
did.
He just didn't do it by being an asshole, by being a thug, by being masked, by tackling people, by.
You know, and honestly, that really is part of the issue. It's just optics. You know, you don't have to be an asshole. You know, I mean, that's part of the problem.
By being cruel in a way that not sending them to other countries to like basically consign them to this kind of hell of the worst kind of prisons in the world. Yes, maybe you shouldn't be in this country if you don't belong in this country legally, but you also shouldn't get that as the punishment.
Well,
so
but-
it just went. It's like everything goes too far.
I mean, I don't know. For me personally, I want our country back, and it's not going to look pretty either any which way you spin it. So I just want my country back, and we all have our opinions. Sorry, I was making coffee during that most of that interview, so I missed most of it. I apologize. They are from other countries more, right? Yeah, Bill Maher is, he does. Tommy likes Bill Maher, so we don't want to harp on Bill Maher. Magooch, I give him credit for actually making sure she grows up to be an otter. He is responsible that way. I would want her on my shoulder all day. Oh, are we talking about the Paul's channel with the I saw the shark. Paul bought Magooch. He bought you a shark, Magooch? That's awesome. I just fed her tilapia and shrimp for breakfast. Damn. Oh, the otter. Way cool. That's got to be awesome. Who wouldn't love to do that? All right. Well, so we had Laura Trump and Bill Maher talking there about immigration. The kids now watch for the shark at Paul's. That's awesome. He does that with every animal that we get unless they are an adult. You love that Tommy's looking in the window in the avatar. Yeah, he's being the peeping Tom. I think I got another one of Thing doing Tommy. Let me see here. We got this one. Could roll with this one for a while. All right. So we've seen that one. So here's the lady putting the snow under a microscope.
So we are going to do a little experiment. Thanks to my friend Tiffany, I'm going to give you a shout out for even giving me this idea to test the snow that we see. So I'm going to take you guys outside with
A 5,500 gallon tank. Damn, that's huge. Did you ever ask Todd if he can find the dancing Mossada? I think he said he lost it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he pays for the StreamYard anymore. So I don't think he has it. This lady's putting the snow under a microscope here.
water, right? That's all we should see. Let me Adjust my condenser here. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys watch me do this so nobody says I'm doing anything weird. We have our clean microscope slide. We have our fresh snow from outside. And we are just gonna put a tiny bit on there. It's little rocks. All right, I need a top cover slide.
We'll get to what she sees here.
You can clearly see that that is water on my slide. Okay. These look like effing parasites or some type of plastic. And we are seeing these strange X shapes, okay, which look very similar to me, like a chromosome marker. See how shiny blue these are? This is how heavy metals show up in the blood. Now, just to be clear, everyone, this is what snow and water are supposed to look like under a microscope, not the strange shapes and shiny material
Now, on
that we
top
just
of all the
saw.
strange stuff that we just saw in the snow, I've been in here messing with the microscope now for at least a half an hour. Check it out, guys. Why is the snow not melted? It's 70-some degrees in my house. I have a fire going. This should be melted. Pretty freaky, right? This goes to show that if you're snowed in, this isn't going to melt for a while. But why is this shit not melting? Normal snow should have melted by now. We are certainly dealing with a very strange situation. Do not let your children consume this snow.
Yes, no consuming of the plastic snow for sure.
So we are going to do a little experiment.
Hold on.
Thanks to my friend Tiffany. I'm going to give you a shout.
There's shit in the air and on the ground. Our water is polluted. We all know this. Yes. Horribly polluted. Probably plastic that they shoot in the atmosphere, 100%. I Googled how to keep snow from melting yesterday. Just try to debunk this. Yeah, you know, there's other videos too. It's like one video, and so we've seen the tornado. There's a video of a guy who says that the snow didn't melt off of his snow blower overnight in the garage when it was next to a 70-degree heater. So, yeah, I don't know. Is it a man-made storm? I mean, I called it a man-made storm even before the first snowflake fell. But if you listen to me, you guys know I pretty much say the government's involved in everything. So what do I know?
Sitting here talking about movies while while an illegal army is being mounted against U.S. citizens.
These are not normal times, and it's like we have extrajudicial like assaults on Americans and humans going on a daily basis now, and it's not okay. And even though all people kind of have to put one foot in front of the other and deal with the demands of the day, we cannot act like this is not happening. And I think I think what they're doing in Minnesota with the strike needs to expand. I think we should be talking about a national general economic strike until this is over.
Sorry, Edward, I wasn't paying attention to what you were saying. I was reading Grateful's comment. People are trying to go viral. Going viral is sometimes what these people are looking for, in my opinion. Not always, but sometimes. Yeah, it gets real frustrating, when, it's not about delivering information. It's about how can I deliver this information to make myself look good, to get the most clicks and views, to make the most money. That's just the world that we live in, I guess, with, a lot of people trying to either, make it a living or a little extra income or whatever, which is fine, but it does get irritating for when you're just trying to get some basic information. You used to make Kool-Aid snow cones. Yeah, me too. Yep, can't do it anymore though, right? Can't do it anymore. All right, ladies. I've never seen this before. I didn't know this was a thing. So there you have it. Theme what's going down. Hope you all tune in to my show this Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern. I talk about authenticity. I talk all about authenticity, and it will be live. Nice, Donna. If you want to drop your link, feel free. These people who are like the ones who want, yeah, make sure you drop the link, Donna, because we wouldn't want the 8 people listening. You know what I mean? You wouldn't want to miss out on the 8 people listening to my show to come over there, you know. You probably already have the 8 people subscribed that are listening here, but you never know. These people who are like the ones who want to go viral are playing the devil's advocate. You know what I mean? Using that. Yep. Yeah, no, 100%. It's just kind of like riding the fence kind of thing, just to kind of spark interest. April Fools, you already know, on the butt. Yeah. We've seen Lindsey Graham. Miss Erica Kirk.
Hi, I'm Erica Franze, and today we're doing the American Spirit Arms photo shoot.
All right, there's enough of that. Good Lord. How much Erica Kirk can one person stand? She is a whore now. Yes, I think she always was. How come none of this stuff about her was out when Charlie was alive? It's very interesting, Donna. It's very interesting. You know? If we only had him back to, you know, or maybe he's still alive. Who knows? It's hard to even wrap your brain around that whole story. Some people can't handle rejection.
You guys are going to get this.
So you got what you wanted. You got some fame out of it.
That's not what I wanted. Are you kidding?
This reminds me, this would be Thindu. If Thindu was on America's Got Talent, this would be his reaction.
I wanted to be the next American Idol. Thanks, Sarah.
Oh, wow. Mama, it's not the end. It's just the beginning.
No, it's not the beginning. That's pretty obvious.
Well, at least she's not harboring any resentment towards the judges.
It's absolutely rude. Like, you are people, we are people too. Just because we don't have $1 million and we don't have singing deals doesn't mean that we don't have lives and doesn't mean that we don't have important things in our lives. I have become friends with these guys. I have become friends with Ray and Jen and Bill the security guy because I have been here forever. And you know what? They told me that these people went out last night drinking in New York City until 3 o'clock in the morning. And that is rude. That is rude.
That is so rude. Stoney had to mute this parrot. Yeah, she makes my blood boil too, Grateful. And we're not talking about her. We're talking about Erica Kirk on that. When you said that, I know. So, I get it. This chick, I don't know what her talent was, but I'm just going to guess and say it was not America's Got Talent worthy. This actually happened to me one time.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. Do I need to pay anything? Please, can I just pay you $50, please? No. Please, I can't pay for it. No.
Wow, that's crazy.
Can we just pay for it, please? Please.
How much, Yasser? هتدفع كاش. Wow, it's brand new?
Yeah. Just for 5 days.
Wow.
This one.
Wow.
Yeah, هتدفع كاش. هتدفع كاش. هتركن هنا. هتدفع.
No picture, sir. What's wrong with you? I said no picture.
Don't take picture.
No picture.
What?
What do you mean, why? No picture.
She says she's gonna pay.
Okay, then. This 100, this 200, this 100, and this 120.
Okay, so how much do I give you?
320.
320?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to be rude to me, sir.
Yeah, and I had somebody do the same thing to me. I pulled out and yanked it right off. And those things are just like quick connects or whatever. They're meant for that. And it was a Korean dude, and he fucking got rude with me too. And he was trying to charge me $300. I told him to go fuck himself. He said he was going to call the cops. I said, call the fucking cops. I said, get the fuck out of here with your fucking $300. I can't remember what I said to him, but I did tell him. I told him to go fuck himself, and I just drove off. Not with the thing in my gas thing. I let him have his pump back, but those things they're designed to get yanked off and get put back on. And even if it did cost $300, he could still go fuck himself. You know what I mean? It's an accident. And I would never pay a fucking Asian or an Indian that fucking continually fucking rips me off at the gas pump one extra fucking penny that I didn't have to. So I get it, you know. Fuck that guy and fuck the guy that tried to do it to me too. And I wonder how many people they've gotten away with doing that to. I mean, I don't know what the law is. Maybe you are responsible for if you rip it out of there. I don't know how that works. We've seen Dana White went to Tijuana. This is at the Kennedy Center when Hart did a tribute to Led Zeppelin. And Jason Bonham is on the drums, which I believe his dad was the drummer for Led Zeppelin, I think. And I told you guys I'm friends with Ann and Nancy Wilson's nephew, Reed, right? And I was on the yacht with them when he got married, and Ann and Nancy were on the boat. And I got to go backstage at the Hilton in Vegas when they had a concert there. And I seen him at the Tacoma Dome, but I didn't get to go backstage to that one. Nobody can fucking sing like her. I mean, Stevie Nicks maybe, but Ann Wilson has got a voice for sure.
And she's buying a stairway to heaven.
Wow, that was fucking awesome. She's overcoming some illnesses right now. She's not well, having a rough, but still performing. Yeah. Yeah, they split up for a while. They got into an argument on the bus. But glad to see that. I think they patched it up. I haven't even talked to Reed for a while. He messaged me not too long ago. He started a music production company or something called Varmint or something like that. I didn't look into it. That was awesome, right, Thindu? Yeah, and I seen Jason Bonham here in Seattle with Peter Frampton in 2019. It was Jason Bonham and the Led Zeppelin Experience opened for Peter Frampton. That was a badass concert. And Peter Frampton announced that he was basically done because he was sick, which was kind of sad. But I also think Peter Frampton, I think he had a son with him too. I think his son is a singer. It happens with sisters, right? You already know. Yeah, Heart was awesome in concert. I got to see them at the Hilton, the Tacoma Dome. I almost went to go watch them at the fair. And then when my buddy got married on the yacht, they sang two songs, Ann and Nancy. Nancy had an acoustic guitar, and Ann was singing out of a karaoke book, and she sang a Rod Stewart song, and I can't remember what the other song was. It was so long ago, but it was awesome. And my buddy Reed, he was in a band at the time. He was playing guitar right next to Nancy. It was way cool. Way, way cool. All right, what else do we got? Watch that one. This is Steve Jobs when the MacBook Air first came out.
Always down.
This is it. Let me take it out here. This is the new MacBook Air, and you can get a feel for how thin it is. Yeah, there it is.
It is nice having those sleek laptops like that. We kind of take it for granted now. You know, I don't even have to take my charger. I just unplug mine, grab my mouse, and I can just throw it in my backpack. And, you know, it's good for, I don't know how many hours, like 4 hours, 5 hours without even the charger. It's way cool. Van Halen, I've never seen, but I would have loved to have seen Van Halen. Your husband's nickname is Dan Halen. That's awesome. Yeah, Van Halen. I love their songs, man. Now, David Lee Roth needs to give it up now because we have that video. Hold on. Saved. Is it streaming? Maybe it was on YouTube. I think it was. Where are we at? Playlists. Here we go.
You been shot? I'm on my leg. People are like my Lord. Somebody give me a doctor.
We are back with the new lab-grown chicken.
Yes, lab-grown chicken. But yeah, no, back in the day for sure. They had great music videos too. All right, let me get back to the X-Files here. Watch that one. These guys, man, you know, if you want to go around using the N-word all the time, you are eventually going to get called out by one.
And I got thousands of niggas gotta come down. My daughter black and my son black. He talking about black people, talking about my kids. Fuck that bitch ass nigga. Call me a nigga hoe. On my mama. All right.
And the guy in the hat here, the white dude, that is that Clavicar, whatever his name is, that runs with Nick Fuentes and Milo Gaines or whatever those people are.
Brother, call me a hoe, say what you have to say. About my kids, go ahead, man. When you say black people, bitch ass nigga, you scared now because on the internet. Oh, yeah. Nigga, push it, nigga. Push it, man. We'll bring the whole man and you push it. Hey, look.
And the guy in the T-shirt here with the beard, that is Vitali. And I don't know the backstory behind him, but he just, I believe, got let out of a Russian prison after being in prison, I think, for 4 years for filming something over there, doing something. I mean, this is the state of YouTube right now. This is like what the big time influencers are up to.
I know. The fuck? You're not gonna do it. Listen, bitch, nigga. You a trick, nigga. Go ahead, bro. Push it by now. You a millionaire by. Go ahead, you a trick. Go ahead, yo. We chilling. We chilling, bro. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Please, go ahead.
So, not a fan of any of that, but you know, whatever. I can't understand a word they are saying anyway. Understand? Yeah, me neither. I seen Van Halen about 7 years ago when David Lee Roth did his famous kick. He almost cracked in. I seen Van Halen 7 years ago when David Lee did his famous kick. He almost cracked his something. Cracked in half. He almost cracked in half. Okay, I see. Damn. Yeah. But I'll take David Lee Roth over Axl Rose any day. My God, Axl Rose. Can we please just trade Axl and David Lee Roth for Tom Petty and Prince? Do I have to go fish, or do we have a match? I mean, my God, what a mistake that was. Dear Lord, you did fuck up that one. I'm sorry. Now, this is also the State of the Union right now. I think, when it comes to ICE and immigration, it's a powder keg, like somebody said earlier. Very volatile situation to talk about. A lot of things we probably all agree on. Some things we probably disagree on. It is what it is. But it's just a very heated situation. And this is, I believe, one of the cops that shot the dude. And
stupid bitch. That's why y'all a bunch of fucking criminals. I wish you would. I wish the fuck you would. Yes, the fuck you his family. Y'all a bunch of big pussies. Don't tell me calm down. Who the fuck is you? We don't like none of you.
You okay?
No, how can I be okay? You okay? Are you okay?
Are you okay?
I look like I'm okay? Don't come up in my face here because I hit hard. Fuck wrong with y'all?
Try it.
I wish you would.
Try it.
You try me and see what the fuck happened. Nigga, we angry. All of us angry out here. So don't think it's y'all alone. Who you telling get out of here? Why you telling me get out of here? You asked me a question and I'm answering you. Fuck wrong with you? Oh, stupid ass bitch. That's why you gotta hide your face.
You wanna go to jail?
You call me my mother, I can tell you anything.
You wanna go to
Fuck
jail?
wrong with you? You wanna hit me? Hit me, bitch. You ain't got me. Nobody's scared of you. You're a pussy ass. Come. I got rings on, bitch. So me and you gonna fight, you pussy bitch. You're a pussy bitch. That's why your kids them don't like you. And your wife is fucking on you.
Ooh.
That's why you gotta hide your face. My face ain't hidden, bitch. I'm American, you stupid bitch. Fuck wrong with y'all? You can take me too high. I'm Charlotte and all your friends. You know what to do? Tell them, no. You want me? Fuck wrong with y'all? Fuck all of you. Put that on the news. Let Trump see it.
Wow. So yeah, it's a heated situation. They sounded like Slimmy at 4 a.m. Can't understand a word they're saying. Not Slim at 4. Woo. Yep. I know what you mean. I'm sure you guys are a fan of this guy, Chris Cuomo.
You really believe that Donald Trump is capable of having your brother murdered to spare himself embarrassment?
Absolutely.
Based on what?
From meeting him years ago and just watching his performance the last 20 years. See, he doesn't seem to have a limit on what he would do to help himself.
What experience did you ever have with him personally that made you think that he could be that cruel?
I think everybody, or most people, could be very cruel if it comes to protecting themselves. So I don't think that's a shocking answer.
You really believe?
Yeah, we'll take that as we will. Seeing this guy. Oh, Thinda, you're going to love this one. This is classic right here. Ted DiBiase, right? The $1 Million Man. Ah, this is too good.
Get around here where I can see you now. What's your name, son? Sean. Okay, Sean. Can you dribble a basketball? You can dribble a basketball, okay. Virgil, give him the basketball. Now let me see. Can you dribble that basketball 10 times? Let me see you dribble a basketball 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Oh. Okay, pick the ball up, Virgil. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Sean. If you can dribble this basketball 15 times consecutively without missing, look at here, I'm going to give you $500. Now, I know you and your family could use $500. I can tell by looking at you that you could use a lot more than $500. Okay. Virgil, give me the basketball. Okay, Sean, 15 times. Ready, go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oops. Oh. We didn't get to 15, Sean. You didn't get to 15, did you? No. He didn't make 15. And you know what that means? What that means, Sean, is you've got to learn a hard, cruel fact of life. When you don't do the job right, you don't get paid.
They fucked that little kid up. Oh my God. That's back when hey, you gotta learn the hard way, If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Why would you ever get paid that type of money for dribbling a basketball 15 times? Now get the fuck off the stage, you little shit. I can tell by looking at you, you could use 500. Dean Dude says that was fucking terrible. I think that was probably maybe that was Virgil's kid. You know what I mean? He's got to be like a family member of, one of the wrestlers or something like that. That's my guess. It's like maybe that was Virgil's son or somebody like that. You never know. But I highly doubt that was like, that wasn't pre-set up. It had to have been, right? They can't be that mean. I don't know, maybe they are, but yeah, we've seen that one. So this is in Britain, and now that they are allowing so many immigrants over there, most of them are like military-aged men. Somebody asked, how do you plan on meeting the sexual needs of those 600 men you brought over here?
Two ladies at the back. Sir first.
Yeah. How do you plan to meet the sexual needs of 600 men?
Andrew, did you hear the question?
Yeah, I said I don't.
Okay. Gentlemen, two ladies at the back. Sir first.
Yeah.
He says I don't. The bald guy says I don't. Well, I beg to differ. I think you plan on satisfying all 600 of them yourself, Mr. Bald Guy. No offense, Dean Do. I think you do. I think you plan on satisfying all of them yourself. That's why you brought them there, from the looks of it. But I could be wrong. All right, Jeopardy question for you guys. Got a couple of them. Here's the first one.
Katie, William, and Nicole have gotten us off to a good start this week. Now we move into Final Jeopardy in U.S. geography, and here comes the clue. It's the only U.S. state that touches 2 oceans. 30 seconds.
Producer, we need to edit out the part where we called Thindu. We had to apologize to Thindu about the bald comment. Edit out that part, please. Okay, we will. The only U.S. state that touches 2 oceans. I got this one. I got both of these right. The other one I got right because I think I have an unfair advantage, but. Patty says Baja or Florida. Grateful said Florida. At first I thought Florida myself, but then I thought about it again and I picked a different one. Because Florida is the Atlantic and the Gulf of Mexico. It's not the Pacific. So it's not that one. Anybody else have a guess? Thindu's going to strike me down. Alaska. It is Alaska.
Katie, we'll start with you. Let's take a look at your response. What did you put down? What is Texas? Oh, sorry. That's going to cost you how much? $3,100. Well, that's all right. It would have been difficult to catch Nicole anyway. Let's go to William now. What was his response? Hawaii. No, sorry. Touches only the Pacific. And that cost you all but $1. Now we go to Nicole. She was leading with $15,200. Which state did she pick? Florida also. No. Alaska touches the Pacific and the Arctic oceans. So it will cost Nicole how much? Just $3,199, leaving her with $12,001 and making her the winner today. And she might pick up that $5,000.
Yep, the Pacific and the Arctic. Yep, those are the two. That's a kind of a tricky one. I have another one too. I'm going to skip to it and then I'll go back. Why is it not pausing?
The final Jeopardy clue in the category U.S. Geography. Of the USA's 50 tallest peaks, all are in Alaska, Colorado, and California, except this peak. 30 seconds. Good luck.
It won't let me pause this. Between the sea and the ocean, I don't know.
All right, Robin, we will come to you.
Finally, it let me pause it. So we're looking for the tallest. It's the tallest out of the USA's 50 tallest peaks. All are in Alaska, Colorado, and California, except for this one peak. What's the name of it? Mount Hood? No. I forgot the name. Rainier. There you go. Mount Rainier, 14,440 something feet. So that's why I said I had an unfair advantage, because it's right in my backyard. I could see it from my window. I just like the music. Reminds me of being at my grandma's house.
All right, Robin, we will come to you because you are now in third place. And what did you put down? You came up with Mount McKinley. Sorry, that is incorrect. That'll cost you $2,500 only. That drops you down to $6,100, and it takes us to Jason Dyson, $10,400. He came up with Pikes Peak. Pikes Peak's Colorado. Mount McKinley is Alaska. Oh, you risk everything, and that drops you down to zero. Robin, this might work out for you. We go to Gretchen now. 12,100. She said, what is Mauna Kea? That is incorrect. The correct response is Mount Rainier, and that is in the state of Washington. It's going to cost you $8,701, $33.99.
Yeah, it is an extremely beautiful view of Mount Rainier here. It's awesome. We have a lot of good views here. You can see the Olympic Peninsula or the Olympic Mountains, Mount Rainier. There's one exit that I take when I come in from my commercial kitchen where you can see Mount Adams, the top of it. So it's the Twin Peaks. You can see Mount Rainier and Mount Adams at the same time. And it's hard to be able to see both of those, and from where I'm at in Tacoma anyways, at the same time. So yeah, we have spectacular views here. Can you imagine a Jeopardy night in our group? Would be so fun. Yeah, that would be fun. Wow, can you see it? That's amazing view. Yes. Yeah, that would be fun. We should do it. You should post a pic of Mount Rainier. I definitely will. I'll post some pics for you guys. I go live once in a while on my GoPro in my truck, and we get some pretty good shots of Mount Rainier on there too. One of these next sunny days, I'll do it. And I have some video too of when I took this gondola ride up Crystal Mountain in the summertime. If you guys ever come to Washington, that's one thing you got to do if you like outdoor views and all that. A once in a lifetime view is when you're on top of Crystal Mountain in the summertime, looking across over at Mount Rainier. It's just indescribable. You have to see it for yourself. The magnitude. You see a plane fly by, and you realize how big it is when you see how small that plane is. It's crazy. It's awesome, and you can see the eruption crater. Very, very cool. Got to go to work, Donna. See you later. Okay, take care. Yes, we are getting ready to end the show here shortly anyway. Because I usually try to keep it at 2 hours, and we started, I think, at 6:15. So we're just about there anyway. What else we got here? This one, another snow-related one. I don't know how you guys feel about this.
I want to show you something, right? All this snow that's piled onto the cars, and not this, because these cars already got shoveled out, but look at this one over here, right? And then look at that one. That's all from the snow plows, right? Let's say this lady or whoever owns this car is an elderly lady, right? And they have no one to help her. No one can help her shove her out the snow. And keep in mind, it's cold, so all the snow is going to turn to ice. And it's almost going to be impossible for them to get it out. And this is done by the snow plows, right? This is an ongoing issue. Look, even my car, I got out yesterday, and now it's completely buried in. So I don't know. There needs to be a solution where the snow plow pushes the snow. But this is unacceptable. This has been going on for years. And again, if this was an elderly lady's car, and she doesn't have anyone to help her, how do you expect them to get this?
I'm just curious if there's any type of side hustles that people could be doing. You know what I mean? I know it's kind of just far and few between where you would even be able to do that, but man, anybody that, needs a little side hustle, you just see the car is in that situation. I'll just go knock on the door and be like, hey, for $20 or how much ever you're going to charge people, I'll dig your car out real quick. But you're right. Nobody wants to work. What do people do? Vinny's car was buried this morning on Tommy's show. Damn. I don't know what they do. That's nuts. I mean, you're going to get, like the governor was saying, you're going to get a heart attack doing that. Even a fit person, that's too much. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but I would just say to anybody, young men that need a little extra cash, there it is. I think I'll skip that one. Blah, blah, blah. If you have a hangover, Anthony Bourdain, rest in peace.
Any recommendations for the winners to cure a hangover tomorrow? Like athletes, like what kind of food they should be eating?
Aspirin, cold Coca-Cola, smoke a joint, eat some spicy Szechuan food. Works every time.
Any recommendations for the winners to cure a hangover tomorrow? Like athletes, like what kind of food they should be eating?
Aspirin, cold Coca-Cola, smoke a joint, eat some spicy Szechuan food.
And there you have it. Whoever comes up with a solution for that can make some money. Yeah, 100%. Yep. This guy, I don't know where he's at, but he needs some sleep.
I've got to get some fucking sleep, and I have to get it now. If I can't get it now, I'm leaving the building.
We're going to.
I'm sorry.
11 o'clock.
It's nice of you. I just have had it.
Is it not quiet with the door shut?
They don't. The production people have just fucked off.
No, they haven't.
No, they haven't.
They haven't.
Nowhere to be seen. Where are they?
They haven't.
Where are the production people?
They're watching. They're watching. 11 o'clock, we got to bang up. See the offices. We got to bang up. 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I have to get some sleep. Honestly, sorry.
I'm banging up.
No, thanks a lot.
So that guy needs his sleep. This guy got fired at the end of his shift.
Getting fired from the UPS store by this cuck loser, fucking coward, cuck loser.
This is what I imagine Thindu looks like if he had a beard and a hat and glasses on. Well, he does have glasses. So this is almost Thindu if Thindu had a goatee and a mustache.
Won't even fire me at the beginning of my shift. Waits till the end of my shift. Here he is, Darren the cuck fucking loser from 1892. He's a fucking loser.
I think that was a prison, Grateful, or maybe on a ship. It could have been on a ship. You know, like, I don't know. Looked like a prison to me.
Who doesn't know shit about running a business, and he's going to let an alcoholic fire somebody with 10 years of experience because he complained that Joe won't train my fucking coworkers, and Joe puts Nick radio, and Joe drinks next door and won't tell shit to my coworkers because he's a cuck fucking loser coward, just like Darren, the cuck fucking loser coward loser fucking cunt. Getting fired from the UPS store by this.
Mossada, I made the best chocolate pie in the history of chocolate pies. How can I get the video to you? Can I email or drop it in? Yes, you can. Here. I've been wanting to make a chocolate pie, actually, so that would be awesome. All right, we'll go one more video and call it a day. Make it a good one. I'm just going to end it on the, even though we don't like her, I'm going to end it back on the snowplow, on the shovel again. It's too important.
Pro tips on shoveling from someone from Buffalo who knows. Just push it out of the way. Okay, see what I'm doing here? No strain on the back from doing that. Now, when it gets a lot heavier, you're going to have to do a little bit more, but don't lift much. Just do it in smaller bits, okay? Little bits. You can do this. Don't do a big pile and fill this up because that can lead to a heart attack. You don't want that. Pro tip.
No heart attack for sure. Yeah, you know, any of you guys want to email me videos like that, you can do it on Facebook Messenger. If I know some people follow me on that, or email me. I'll play them on here too. You know, and I end up trying. I have like a few things that I need to work on right now. I was up earlier this morning. I made 15 Dubai bars this morning. I used up all the pistachio paste I had, and I need to order more. But I'm doing a wrestling tournament on Saturday that I'm getting ready for. So, but yeah, and, you know, I would like to do that on. I'm going to figure out the Jeopardy thing too, because there's like an endless supply of Jeopardy questions we could do. But I would like to have a little food segment, dessert segment once in a while. Maybe not every day, but once in a while, that would be cool. You know, maybe we could do like, you know, I don't know. Just pick like one day a week where we could just talk about desserts and food and stuff like that. Do I make my own pistachio paste? No. I order the pistachio paste from New York, and then I just add the phyllo dough, mix those together. I do make the bars by hand, the chocolate bars. But since I haven't made the whole Dubai thing kind of dropped off a cliff, but when it was in its prime, I ordered 3 5-gallon buckets of pistachio paste, and they weigh, I think, 35 pounds each. And those were $480 each. So that's over 100 pounds of pistachio paste. And then I probably ordered at least 10 7-pound cans. So like I went through about 200 pounds of pistachio paste during that little gold rush. So I don't even know how to make pistachio paste. It'd be fun to try though. I would love that. All of the food And cooking talk, yeah, for sure. And I could even go live from the kitchen one of these days. It'd be a little loud in there, but I watch Connie Kazan on YouTube, and she has a recipe for pistachio paste, but I guess you use a lot of, yeah, the thing with me is just, it's time. You know, it's just, I don't even have enough time to do what I'm doing. So that would be, but, you know, I wouldn't mind trying it just to try it. You know, I'm always down to try something because you always learn something from when you do something new. It always leads to something else. And just to get the taste of, you know, because technically, you know, I've ordered different ones, but I don't know if I've ever had like pure pistachio paste. You know what I mean? Like the one that I order from New York, it's actually a pistachio praline, and it has like a little bit of walnut, a little bit of other type of nuts in there, I think. So it's like, you know, 90-something% pistachio probably. If that, maybe it's only 70%, who knows? Mossada, do you know how easy it is to make your own pistachio paste? No. Is it pretty easy? Try it and send out samples. I made pecan milk once. That would be awesome. Now that I would take the time to do, just not to sell, but just for my own personal, because I do order organic, or I mean, I buy organic almond milk. It's called like Calfia or something like that. It's just water, almonds, and sea salt are the 3 ingredients. I use that with coconut oil, mix those 2 together, and cinnamon and nutmeg, and that's how I make my coffee creamer. All right, guys, I'm going to head out, get busy for the day, and good show. You just spin it in the blender, take a while, but so tasty, and that's, yeah, okay, that's really all you have to do, huh? Maybe I'll buy some and try it, see how it turns out. Can't be that hard. All right, guys, have a great Tuesday, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Or maybe you'll see me over at Theme Deuce bugging him. Have a good one, guys. Right on, Patty. I will look at it. Yep, I don't see it. Hold on. Did I give you the right email? Because I don't see it on here. Let me check. There it is. It showed up in spam for some reason, but I found it. All right, guys, have a good one. We'll see you.